Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today we are taking out the Tier 8 Imperial Japanese cruiser, the Mogami. Oh wow, it's been really long time since I've actually played the ship. I think the last time I actually owned her was right before they nerfed the captain skills. So if anyone does not remember, the Mogami was able to get both BFT and AFT to work on it, and the stock guns are 155 millimeters, and as you can see there are 5 turrets, triple guns each, so that's 15 shells. So with BFT and AFT, that's a lot of fire and a very long range. We are playing on neighbors. We have North Carolina, Bismarck, 2 Bismarcks, Gneisenau, Nagato, Mogami, Chapayev, Nuremberg, Atsuki, Farragut, Gade, and a Hatsuharu. On the enemy team, there's a North Carolina, Monarch, a Magi, Gneisenau, Scharnhorst, 2 Atagos, actually one is technically a ARP to Cow, Graspe, 2 Minks, a Farragut, and a Hatsuharu. This was a pretty good game. Now my captain is unfortunately only a 10-point captain, so I don't have all the skills I would deem necessary. That includes having additional possibly BFT. Actually, I'm thinking more like Adrenaline Rush would be fantastic for the ship, because the Mogami is nice, but its armor layout is quite terrible. That first salvo there was actually quite terrible due to the fact that I was hoping that Minx would be going to the left, but he did not. Now I do have priority target, and as you can see, we have 3 ships aiming at us, and that is not particularly good. That's not what I want to deal with. So I am trying to angle myself and kind of disappear as much as possible, because anyone that may not have got to the Mogami, well, probably will already know that the Mogami, the Imperial Japanese cruisers, are not very tanky. They have a very high citadel and very easy to get citadels, so you do have to play extremely careful. Now I do run the 155. Now the downside of this is the fact that they turn quite terribly, but you have 15 shells, and if you have IFHE on these shells, which will benefit them, they'll do incredible amount of damage, but the fire chance is pretty decent. So the enemy team is pushing pretty hard. You can see there's at least 3 battleships over there. We have at least 2, and we have unfortunately lost our Minx, which is actually unfortunate. Now I am pushing towards C, but I think C is going to be a quite terrible idea, as there is a enemy destroyer in at C. And yeah, now one good thing about the Mogami with the 155 millimeter caliber guns is the fact that there's 15 shells, and she's great at essentially destroyer killing. That is probably the greatest thing that you could experience, especially back when you had BFT, and that made your guns reload so incredibly fast. Oh, I miss those days of having the really OP Mogami. Now, I was fortunate enough to actually get the Mogami prior to that being nerfed, but I still miss those days. Okay, so we do have a enemy Minx that is targeting push around. This is extremely risky for a destroyer to be doing, because he is spotted, and just watch how quickly this Minx goes down. Ready down to 4k points of health, and we are going to go ahead and turn away due to the fact that I don't remember how far his torpedoes go, but we do get a kill. So that is 1 less destroyer, and our team is now ahead in ships. No one has currently capped. Everyone is kind of sitting a little bit further back, but now we can just have fun and rain hellfire on these battleships whenever possible. Once again, the fire chance, as you can see there, is pretty good. Got a fire on that Scharnhorst, but we are going to try to pull away and possibly push into speed. Looks like the Hatsuharu has pulled away, and it's pretty low-key game at the moment. No one has capped. I'm actually going to be the one trying to cap. We are detected by the enemy Hatsuharu, but the detection on the Mogami is actually really super nice. 9.3 kilometers, so very good low detection. so you can slip away if needs be. That's probably one of the good things about the Mogami, is the low detection allows you to sneak away and also surprise enemy destroyers not expecting you. So there is always that. All right, we're gonna try to capture B. We have just lost our Bismarck, and as you can probably tell, this is going to be kind of a common theme throughout this battle. It's going to be fairly close down to the ships, really. I don't think the points are going to be a big factor till later on, but at least we have finally captured B, and now we're going to be earning our team some points. We are behind in points at the moment. Now, a good target. Look at this. North Carolina pushing in, doing a good battleship tactic, but now we have range. The range is actually really nice. 15.7, not the greatest in the world, but it is very certainly doable, especially with 15 shells going down range. We already have a fire on this North Carolina. He's now experiencing being focused on, and we are at least resetting this North Carolina. But as I did kind of point out, having IFHE would prove beneficial just due to the fact that you're able to penetrate more armor with your high explosive, and that's predominantly what you're going to be firing the with the Mogami, with the 155 caliber guns, is HE. Very rarely you will be firing your AP. Obviously, you can get the upgrade on the Mogami, but I wanted to stick with the the 15 guns at once. I just like the ability of this long range fire. Now granted, yes, 203s are going to penetrate more armor. They are going to do more damage, but there's just so much fun just being able to pump out this volume of gunfire every single time. Alright, so now we have just lost our Akatsuki. Don't know why that name just kind of went haywire there, but so things aren't looking so hot. We have a very low health Hatsuharu, and he is going to be playing some very dangerous games. We have, it looks like from the northeast side, they are starting to push quite heavily. There's obviously the Gneisenau and the Scharnhorst, and they are having some fun, but there's fortunately a friendly Bismarck that's going to be assisting. But the probably players that you should be keeping an eye on is the Atago, and well, both Atagos technically, but there is a low health North Carolina who is, well, he's flooding. It looks like, I think he's going to go down, so I'm gonna hold my fire. Might as well just not waste that salvo and possibly get focused on. All right, so things are looking good at the time being. Points are definitely in our favor. We are the same as many ships are concerned. Same throughout. Now, it's not gonna get overly exciting right now. This is kind of how you want to play the Mogami. You want to be careful because she's not tanky. Now, obviously, there has been power creep. The Chapaya of the same tier has kind of taken over the effect of this long-range fire producer. Whenever the original game came out, the Mogami was very well known for this long range, just pouring out the HE, and that's kind of one thing I do miss. But unfortunately, our Hatsuharu just went down. Yeah, that was extremely dangerous for him to do that. Now, one other nice thing about Imperial Japanese cruisers is the fact that they do have 10-kilometer range torpedoes. And there is a Monarch that looks like he might be pushing towards B. So let's drop a few torpedoes. Let's see if we might get lucky. Alright, so the teams are fairly straightforward. They do have the DD advantage, but there is a enemy frigate who is currently being focused on by our Gade as well as our friendly Bismarck. But the enemy team is starting to try to push out. Looks like that Moggy that was there at the beginning of the game is starting to push in. So he might be playing a factor later on. Alright, so good. Frigate, very low in health. Let's see if we can kind of snipe this kill. This is kind of cheeky of me, sniping this kill right now. Shots off, 15 shells, and the dispersion's really good. There we go. Nice. Took out the enemy frigate. And oh, looky there. We got double flooding on the Monarch. Looks like he is going to be taking damage. I'm guessing he might be trying to heal, but I don't think he's going to be able to survive. He is pulling back away, back towards the north, and we do lose our Nuremberg, which is highly unfortunate. But it looks like this Monarch might be stuck with that flood for a while, which is going to be really beneficial because that's definitely helping buffing my damage output. Alright, so as you can see, I've kind of kept my distance. I've kind of kept these islands nearby. And once again, this just really proves to be beneficial in the long run due to the fact that you're not that tanky. Now, obviously, once again, the Mogami is nothing like a New Orleans. At least a New Orleans can actually tank some damage, but this Monarch goes down and we get Liquidator. Nice. That is the third kill of the game, and we're not done. Oh no, we're not even close to being done with the kills. Alright, so enemy team and us were fairly equal. Our North Carolina is trying to pull away. Looks like a Graspe is trying to take him on. Looks like he does launch torpedoes. Don't actually know if any of those land. No, they do not. So that is good. So one other key thing about the Mogami's AA is not the greatest in the world. That's why I recommend having a Madness on the ship. Just due to the fact that having that ability to defend yourself against any carriers is really beneficial because her AA is not the greatest in the world. Now, you can run hydroacoustics, and if you want to be ballsy and you just want to hunt down destroyers, hydroacoustics is very fun with the Mogami, especially running the 155mm guns. You can just downright melt the destroyers away very, very quickly. And that's, once again, the one major thing why I miss the old version Mogami, because she used to be extremely scary with the guns with BFT and whatnot. Now, we have just lost our North Carolina. Looks like the Scharnhorst should be going down, and the Graspe is very upset. I think, did he just go down? Yes, he did. Or no, he did not. But he's calling, well, if anyone understands Spanish, you'll know what that means. Alright, so enemy team is ahead in ship. They do have the Hatsuharu very well alive. They have at least their Magi and also their Graspe. But definitely the most major concern is going to be the Hatsuharu. Don't exactly know where he is. I think he might be tailing the Bismarck and is now within range of us, so I do have to be careful. We at least have our spottercraft around, which is going to prove beneficial, but my focus right now is going to be this Magi. Do have to be, once again, very careful not to show a lot of broadside, but fortunately I think we're going to have at least this island protecting us, which should prove beneficial. Alright, let's try torpedoes again. Let's see if we can get lucky. Now, the enemy team has essentially taken control of the northeast side. The two Togos should be pushing in towards sea and possibly taking that. So they are going to have at least a cap advantage over us. But for the time being, we are definitely ahead in points. There is about 6 minutes left in the game. All that we have to do is at least possibly take out a few more ships. We do have the Bismarck and Gneisenau around. Now, the benefit of the Bismarck is the fact that it does have hydroacoustics. But as you can see, he is currently running it, but he is very, very low in health, and that can prove a factor later on. Alright, Magi is starting to push out. Now, I'm actually quite terrified of Magi because I know how scary they can be. So as soon as I can, I'm going to actually start pulling away. This is a really good tactic to kind of pull away while you're firing. Fortunately, we're no longer spotted, which is actually super nice. It's going to allow me to pull away while not presenting that much broadside. But as you can see with our shells, we only got 4 penetration and 7 broken shells. And that's why I think having IFHE is really beneficial for the Mogami, especially if you run the 155s, because just the 155s tend to break quite readily on thicker armor, such as this Amagi. But at least I'm hoping to get a fire. There we go. Very nice. Got a fire on the Amagi. That is our main objective, is just to burn this Amagi down, take him out of the fight. This is obviously their last battleship. If we can get rid of him, I could be a little bit more aggressive. Don't have to worry about being citadeled randomly. And as you can see, the counter on the people aiming at us is 3, but we get the kill on the Amagi, and we can start pulling away. Now our Gade is also playing very, very aggressively. He is currently actually right where that friendly Hatsuharu was originally, but unfortunately he is actually going to be able to survive this. Bismarck's very low in health. He's probably going to make it. Well, he's not going to make it, actually. We are going to steal the kill again for Kraken Unleashed. It's kill secure. I'm securing a kill. I'm ensuring that our team stays ahead and doesn't have to deal with any enemy ships still firing at them. Now, I have unfortunately attracted the attention of the Atago, and Atago's really good ship. Very nice thing about the Atago is the fact that it does have the ability to heal, while the Mogami does not. Now, the Atago is very, very similar to the Myoko in a lot of ways, while the Mogami is essentially a smaller version of the Ibuki. But we can still deal damage. If I was a little bit closer, I'd probably use AP, but I don't think at this range our AP would be that potent. So might as well try to cause fires whenever possible. Alright, looks like the enemy Hatsuharu is definitely being a pester to our friendly Gade, is currently focusing him down. So I'm actually going to focus on him. But you can see how I'm kind of turning the ship, trying to get my fret turrets just to turn. And that's a major factor whenever you're running the 155s, is just due to the fact that they turn so incredibly slowly. It's just better to help them out with the movement of your ship. Now, fortunately, we're able to slow up and dodge at least those torpedoes, which could have been fairly fatal, but if this Hatsuharu sticks around, we might be able to take him out. He is definitely a serious danger. He's been a pester to us for quite a while. And there we have just earned Confederate. Very, very nice. But I definitely want this Hatsuharu dead right now. Our friendly Gade is very, very low in health. And I believe Bismarck's also low in health, and Gneisenau is still kicking with quite a bit of health. So I think we might have a win. Something tells me now there's not a lot of time on the clock. There's about 1 minute and 45 seconds left. But we're not done with kills. Did I mention that? Probably should have mentioned that. Yeah, we're not done with the whole killing spree. Now I have launched my airplane, hoping to spot the enemy Hatsuharu, and there he is, 5.7 kilometers away. More than likely he has dropped torpedoes, so I'm actually going to start pulling towards this island. And look at that, cheeky little bugger actually gets a fire on us. And there are the torpedoes, but he is so incredibly low on health. Oh, just a blind fire would be enough. We actually get a hit, but there we go. Kill number 6. Very, very nice. Now, there's not a lot of time left on the clock. There's about 1 minute. We are definitely in the lead. We have just lost our Bismarck, but at the exact same time, well, they have just lost their destroyer. Now, the two Atagos are very, very low in health. I think there's one all the way out east. And as you can see, this is actually, in fact, a ARP to Cow. Let's see if we can get kill number 7. That would be nice. Once again, having 15 shells going down range is fantastic. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Got a few hits, damaged at least secondaries and AA. Got a fire on this Takao. Oh, he's so close on hell, so close on dying. Can we get kill number 7? Ooh, incapacitated one of his guns. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. Can we secure kill number 7? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kill number 7. So our team earned a victory, brought home 452,472 silver, 6,358 XP, and 318 free XP. We earned Confederate, High Caliber, and Liquidator. We did 117,851 points of damage, 172 shell hits, 2 torpedo hits, 4 incapacitations, 7 kills, 7 fires, 2 floods, 5 defended base capture, 1 captured base, and 1 assisted base capture. We were top of the team with a base XP of 2,734 with 7 kills, which is super awesome. The Monarch, well, as you can see, was where we got most of our damage, around 48k. The Mogami, we kind of stalled around, only did around 12k against him, and as you can see, as we go down the lines, I kind of sniped kills, but hey, a kill secure is a kill secure. High explosives did around 54,000, torpedoes did around 18,000, and fires and flood did 20 and 25 respectively. So talking about the Mogami, she's a fun ship. It's actually very interesting to get back to it. She does have issues, I will have to admit, scaling up to tier 10 and even tier 9 sometimes. She just doesn't have that good of range. She has decent range, 15.7 is really nice. But honestly, if you are trying to grind through the ship, I recommend getting the 203. The obviously downside of the 203s is you only have 10 guns instead of 15, but they deal more damage and they're semi more reliable as far as the damage dealing. But with 15 guns, you have a much better chance of getting fires. So overall, about ship, it's very nice to actually get back to her and try her out after being away from the ship for so long. Now, a couple little side notes. First off, on Wednesday night around 9 p.m. Central Time, I will be live streaming the new and upcoming Halloween event with my clan. We will be participating in that, so do keep an eye out for that. Once again, it's around 7 p.m. Central Time. 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Central Time. And another thing is I'm going to be making an additional video for Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, so do keep an eye out for that. It's going to be kind of an extra bonus video for the mess up on Sunday. Anyways, this is going to be it for this episode of World of Warships. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Hopefully seeing the Mogami will bring back good memories for you guys. So if you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Saijen.